Merry Christmas, Rule Zero.
Hose. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit those notifications. Guys, please sound off in the chat today. Oh, this is the one. The chat today, because we're going to have some fun today. We're basically winging it. I like last minute, it was one of those usual scrambles of who's hosting. I don't know. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's do 12 red flags. So I said, hey, ChatGPT, give me 12 red flags for the holidays. ChatGPT says, I got you, fam. Sent me a whole list of these things. I figured, let's just wing it today. On the panel, we have Mirthful Nakatomi Cappy. What's going on, Cappy?
This is it. Gonna go for a hike later because we're in sunny Las Vegas. And it's weird. Like, this is the week you have to take off because everyone's like, yeah, you're gonna take off Christmas. So I'm now becoming a normal person where I'm like, oh yeah, let's sit around, watch TV, and sit on our ass and be fucking pointless. So yeah, it's not my natural habitat. So yeah, I'm a fish out of water. I'm a little on edge today.
Cappy doesn't like to have fun, guys.
I'm gonna go for a hike. It's just the rest of the day where it's like
you're gonna watch Die Hard.
No, I saw it in the theaters a couple weeks ago. So I got my fix there, and then no, I don't know. I don't know. It's a 48-hour period. You got to get over where everybody's like, man, and then you get all emotional, and the music's kind of gay and lame, and just like the sad, sappy, like, what does it mean to be spirit of family? And I'm like, shut the fuck up and eat some food.
It's a good thing you're wearing that hat to be more festive.
I'm very happy.
I know. I'm sitting here thinking I was going to introduce Ryan as the bah humbug guy because he's the one guy not wearing a hat. But no, look at this. That Mr. Festive over here with the Christmas sweater and everything is all like, fuck this.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so Merry Christmas to everyone.
Jack, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Hanging out with some friends, things like that. What are your plans for these festivities, Paul?
Oh man, it's one of those years where I don't have my kids for Christmas. I have them on Christmas Eve. So we're gonna go and do the Christmas thing tomorrow at my folks' house. My mom and dad are gonna cook dinner. Then we're gonna open presents in the evening, and then I go and cart the kids off to their mom for the night, and then I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want because I nurse chick. She's not gonna be here. I'm just going to do whatever I want. I love it. I love the solitude.
What did you logistically plan for meals? Like, did you buy some food that you can microwave later? Or
I'm probably just going to go back over to my parents' house and eat.
Isn't the holiday tradition Chinese food?
Yeah.
Or is that
I thought that was a Jewish tradition because they don't celebrate Christmas, and so they go up and it's the only place open. Wasn't that the whole point of it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's a pretty big thing in Dutch land as well, where it's like, yeah, Chinese food. It's like,
well, let me ask all you guys this. I mean, we were all bachelors at one time. Didn't you have that experience? You're working over shifts, or you get double time pay during Christmas, and
dude, I always work Christmas.
Right. Always. So didn't you? I mean, isn't there like, geez, what do we got to do for food? And everything's closed.
I've always cooked for myself, so I never really thought about it.
The call center days during the holidays. That was amazing. You sat there with coworkers, the whole office floor to yourself. Those were good times.
Nice.
I taught actually. That's just to plug my shit because that's why we're here. I talk about in my book when my first break in IT happened at Christmas time. I was basically interning, and both the standard help desk people wanted to take time off for Christmas, so I volunteered. Imagine that, volunteering to do work, but I volunteered to sit in for help desk for the experience, and that's where I got my that's where I first made it to the show. I started taking calls, started troubleshooting. They had some temp guy there going, "Oh, this is how you do it, man. Tell them to reboot the computer and then have them call you back." Like that's help desk, and that was my big break.
Paul, did you ever watch the IT Crowd, the British comedy?
Yes. In fact, when I first discovered that show, the funny thing about it was two IT guys, and they worked for their boss named Jen, who had no idea about IT. When I discovered that show, it was me running an IT department with my one desktop guy, and we both reported to a lady named Jen who had no idea about computers. It was perfect.
Ryan, let's not skip Ryan here. What's going on up in Canada, eh?
Well, I wanted to do what Clary was talking about and work during Christmas, but my girl wanted to relax and renovate the den, so I have a new office.
Yeah, I was gonna say that looks different.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a lot cleaner than it was, especially from this side where you can't see. But I mean, whatever. We're picking up some strays. We're gonna do the Christmas thing a day early and then just be drunk for Christmas Day. I'm worried. I'm trying to drink this Christmas, and I have 2 drinks, and I'm like, I'm done. So I don't know how I'm gonna fit a third into the schedule tomorrow during Die Hard or Lethal Weapon, but we'll see what we can do.
You need dig deep into your into the Navy blood and yo ho and pull out the rum and do
Dude,
what
a part of me wants
do.
to get up early and just go to the gym.
I need
and,
you to
like take a swim in the pool.
Ryan. Dig deep. You got this. You can do.
But like, oh yeah, dude. Like, so we don't do gifts for everybody, but we always do cards. We did another. I was telling my first Christmas with my girl, we actually borrowed somebody's little Polish kid and took a Christmas photo with us and a random child, and that was our family's first introduction to us. And we're gonna kind of do something like that again.
Get a black kid.
Yeah, well, we got like
you gotta get like.
But the funniest part was like her mom was like, "Oh, that's so great. He's like a good father in that. You'll love him." And then my mom was like, "You can do better." Based. So we did that again, and because we do our cards for like family and friends with something nice there, and for the nephews and nieces, we throw like Roblox cards in there for them so they can go play video games. And we also do stuff for like our security in the building and all like the guys who have to work here on Christmas. So we try to bring them like candy and cookies and cards and gift, all this stuff, because we like all these people help us throughout all the year. So most of our time is just spent little tokens for everybody we know. And we're finally done that. And now all we have to do is finish cleaning the house, which I'm totally putting off by talking about masculinity with you guys, which is awesome.
Yes. Masculinity.
Yeah. We're going to clean up the house. And dude, it's just, I don't know how people stress themselves out in this season. You can simplify this so well to the point that you can basically take this time and stress about work that you should be doing instead, like Clary is doing, minus all the ranting and raving about it.
It's not all the work I should be doing. It's the fun that you're supposed to have.
Oh yeah, fun on a schedule is ridiculous.
Yeah.
My favorite is like a second Tuesday on an April somewhere.
I've gotten to the point where it comes to like buying all my gifts and stuff like that, where I literally buy 99% of the gifts just from Amazon and select the gift wrapping option.
They do that now?
Oh yeah, it's great. It's kind of pricey, but to me it's worth it just for the time savings of not having to
At that point, is it
yourself.
still a gift though? Like, do you still love everybody, or is it just like you just Amazon wish list?
Or
for
do you love
e-thoughts?
anybody anyway because you're buying them shit? That's the way I look at it. Like,
Well, yeah, for me, I guess that's the difference. For me, it's always time. For me, like the phone call on Christmas and the card that we went and got out and done all, like that's the effort.
yeah.
As far as just buying them new stuff, other than kids, because they don't give a shit about us. That's why I give them the Robux cards, because like I could die tomorrow, my nephew wouldn't even care. He wouldn't even know, who is this guy? Oh, he's the Roblox card guy.
And that's really like my son is like that because he's a gamer and that's all he cares about. And so nowadays you don't even have like physical discs that I mean, you can buy those, but for the most part, you just download it from Microsoft or Sony directly, and like now you have the game. So it's like, what do you even open? Well, I guess I'm going to open this $50 Xbox card.
Yeah.
Money. Look, I'm going to give everyone some economic advice. Just give people money. Adults don't get gifts. Adults are evil. Little kids get gifts, and so
we do adult money. We do that.
Right. Maybe you buy them a drink or something, but man, you do not have the time. Like I got, I don't know, 47, 48 nieces and nephews. They run around, you kind of merge. I can't identify them. So you just get $20, $20, $20, $20. I'm the second most popular uncle. It's quick. It's fast. You're doing yourself a favor. Just give the kids the money. Adults don't get any. Boom. You're done. You're done. And that's Merry Christmas.
To add on to that, I always go to the bank and get like the fresh, crisp, clean bills. I think that makes a difference.
If you want to be,
do you really want one with like Abraham Lincoln with like a mustache drawn on him and stuff? Like, come on, man. Like a crisp bill. It's that little bit extra. It's the details. It's like wearing a Santa hat on a Christmas podcast.
5-year-old doesn't give a shit.
Oh, you're giving the kids cash. Oh, so you're the grandma from the 80s who gives them $5.
Listen to me. The parents, the adults get nothing. The adults are evil. Fuck them. All right. The kids deserve the money. And then you give them a 20, a 20, a 20. Everyone's cheap. They don't recognize Andrew Jackson. They don't know who that is. And they get very excited. The level of, I mean, an adult might be concerned about the crispness, but the kids, they don't. They're just like, wow, this is like power in my hand.
Just crumple them into a ball and wrap them up so they think, what's
we don't
this,
have
a
to
marble?
go the other extreme either. You just go, see, you're adding more labor to this process. You just go get $20 bills. Boom, 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 boom. You're popular, and then you're done. It's very simple.
But you're only second popular.
Yeah,
who's
the guy with the
what's the first popular uncle doing?
I will tell you
$50.
I will tell you very quick. No, it's not. No, it's worse than that. There's
$100.
No, it's not. No, there's no amount of money can beat this guy. Okay, there's me, several other uncles, but then there's Uncle Brian. Uncle Brian runs a farm, and he's like the United States of military. He has a weapons depot that you just cannot beat. He has horses. He has cows. He has sheep. And then the past 2 years in a row, last year, there were baby kittens that were born. And so every little kid had a kitten. He didn't give them the kittens. They just got to play with the kittens. And this
I was going to say.
Yeah, this last year, guess what happened?
Ammo?
Puppies. And I did the math. It was like 1.3 puppies per kid. So some kids had 2. And they couldn't give a shit about the $20 bills after that. So there's no way you can only play for silver. You can't get first place.
In fairness, though, he is offering $20 commitments as a Christmas gift. So it is kind of a piece of shit thing to do.
Well, I don't think he does it on purpose. It's not like Brian said, "Oh, I'm going to buy a farm to defeat Aaron in the Uncle Wars." I think
fair.
Happens. Yeah.
But no, have you seen this? Like, do you guys ever go on Facebook and you see like how many people in January and February are like broken up and selling puppies on an eBay marketplace?
Oh, I got my.
I hate those are the worst people ever.
Wait,
do you do that?
I adopted my cat. Her name is Kitten. Dr. Kit is what I call her. Dr.
Nice.
Kit, I inherited from a gal that I was dating for a little bit. She was looking for a home for it. My daughter was begging me for a cat for a while, and I was like, I'll take her off your hands. And then we broke up like a month later.
Yeah, see, you're awesome. It's all these broads that like, oh, my husband thought it'd be great as an engagement gift to buy me a puppy. And then 2 months later, he slept with somebody else. And now he's like, I'm going to get rid of this puppy. And it's like, bro, you bought, my girl and I loses it too. There's other ones that are like, my dog is 13. He's really sick, but I'm moving into a nicer place. So we got to find him. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're saying this is common. So you're saying after the holidays, people break up and they get rid of their pet?
Girls, the engagement doesn't work out. They break up. The girl just
have no
upgrades her
emotional
lifestyle.
investment in that animal at all. And so they're just like, get rid of it.
And I'm fully on team. Dogs are better than people.
They are.
Yeah.
Like a person, you can beat up a person and feel okay, but you can't beat up a dog and ever feel like a good person, ever.
We had a thing here going on like COVID dogs. As soon as like the pandemic hit, a lot of people started adopting dogs because we're home anyway. And then all of a sudden the pounds just had a flood of dogs being brought there because, oh no, the commitment was too big. It's like people eat a dick.
Yeah.
People can really eat
this is actually a pretty good segue into the topic. I would say that would be a red flag, right? If a chick ever gave up a dog like that.
Animal cruelty, yes. I'd say so. Yeah.
Animal cruelty is pretty high up there.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert on red flags, but I think that would qualify.
Well, it's funny. These episodes are always bullshit. Anyway, I'm just gonna be straight with you. Right? Like if anytime someone has a red flag episode, it's just bullshit.
Oh yeah, tattoos and weight.
Right? Tattoos, single moms, my nose ring,
colored hair, leaning in.
Seriously, the septum piercing, fuck that. But the thing is about red flags is they're subjective. They're 100% subjective. What I like tattoos, right? That's a very popular Rich Cooper red flag from his book, and he's not big on that. I love tattoos, man. I fucking love tattoos on chicks. And that's why I always put out the how would you open with the most tatted up bitches I can find. I don't really like them like facial tattoos, but that just sets the spurts off. Yeah. But it's totally subjective. I talk about it in my book, guys, just to plug it again. I talk about in my book about how to come up with your own list of red flags. It's in the long-term relationship chapter. I call it the contenders list. You have to make a list of what you want in a woman, and then you got to also figure out what you won't tolerate. That's how you weed out some of these chicks, and you don't get into some of these relationships that you should have never been in the first place. But that's how you do it. But otherwise, these are just fun to do, and it's always good to dunk on the women. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Colored hair, that's what animals do when they want to let you know they're poisonous.
Yes, that's a common.
Were you here for that original one where AJ Cortez had that? He learned the word aposematic or whatever, and then he started using
Aposematic, yeah.
Yeah.
used
And
that
all
in
of a
a
sudden,
book
the New York
8 years
Post was
ago.
like, misogynist gigolo hates colored hair girls. With him with the shit-eating grin on it. He was popular for like 15 minutes. It was awesome.
He used the toads or something like that, right? Like toads in the wild show you they're poisonous. So,
Yeah.
But that meme was 8 years. I mean, really, it's a good point, but it was made 8 years ago. And
It's still floating around. I still see it. Yeah. That's good. It's still getting mileage.
It's like the vasectomy tweet. It'll never die.
Yeah. So the first one that ChatGPT came up with, guys, is an unwillingness to introduce you. If your date avoids introducing you to their friends or family during holiday gatherings, it could signal a lack of commitment or a desire to keep the relationship at a surface level. Jack, is that a red flag to you?
I'm not big on family, so you're asking the wrong person.
It's like you actually it's like going, thank you. Please don't introduce me to your family.
All right. You know what? Let's do it. All right. Yes, it's a red flag. Are you crazy? I took her out to dinner, $200, because that's what a man does, and I say I'm paying for it because that's what a man does, and I didn't get anything in return, but that's okay because that's what a man does. Get nothing. And then I'm like gonna marry her. I'm a great father. I have a good job. And then the only thing would be nice, and she introduces me to her friends and her mom as her work friend. That hurts. I've been reading the Bible every day to try and find a scripture passage that can explain this. Can't find one. So I'm instead looking to the internet, and I'm told that's because she's sleeping with a bunch of dicks. Yes, that's a red flag. You need to introduce me as the love of your life, the second coming of Christ, the alphaist of males, the godliest man that's ever lived. If you haven't done that, then you belong to the streets. Respectfully.
That was good.
Toe the line between
impressed,
trad
man.
and disgruntled
Is-
black pillar.
That was
Deserves applause.
wow.
But it all depends on the situation. Like how long have you been dating? What is the
No,
relation?
first date. First date, you better introduce me as future husband or I'm out of here. That's the way they used to do it in the 50s. God damn it.
I think if you're a guy, so I'm obviously this is ChatGPT writing this shit, right? So it's very blue pilled and woke. If you're a guy and this is your concern, I think that's a problem. You know, it really is not your job to push for a relationship and try to make this kind of shit happen. It's not. Your job is to facilitate fun and fuck. The 3 Fs. That's your job. And being worried about this stuff is kind of a dumb thing to worry about. Oh, she won't introduce me to her friends and family. Yeah, but are you fucking her? Okay.
Do you have another girl lined up if she doesn't? Like,
yeah, there you go.
I gotta imagine, the average man under 30 probably isn't. This isn't even an issue because you're either working or you don't have the logistics. Like she's got her own family. How many girls have you brought over aside from the girl you're with now? Perhaps how many girls did you bring over to meet the family for Christmas or Thanksgiving? It was the planets never aligned. Like I was working, the girl was working. Let alone, I'm not going to introduce you to the family. I've never really had the. Why am I not meeting your family? It's like, bitch, because I'm working.
I did it once. My mom glared at her for an hour, and I haven't done it. I didn't do it again for like 15 years. Like, nope.
Red pill chick. I think now this is before I learned all this stuff, and I was still a dumb motherfucker. So I'm fully prepared to have Cappy just lay into me here. But red pill chick. When I met her, it was literally like beginning of November, and on Thanksgiving, I think it was probably our like 4th date. She was like, "Hey, what are you up to? I don't have my kids." And I was like, "Oh, I'm over at my parents' house because I didn't have my kids either." And she's like, "Oh, you mind if I come over?" And she came over and she brought my dad a bottle of whiskey, and she brought my mom like, I don't know, a bunch of cookies and shit, and just buttered up the whole family. 4th date. just try to win them all over. And I was like, and I thought that was the greatest thing. Oh, look at this girl I found, guys. Like, aren't I doing great?
So when did she stab you?
4.5 years later in the heart. Yeah, no. So I mean, like, now I've learned my lesson from all that, and reading this type of stuff and studying it and watching it play out in other people's lives. I'm like, I'm not introducing a woman to my family until she's fucking earned it. And I would sort of expect the same thing on the flip side. I wouldn't be hurt over it at all.
This is it. You're right. This is ChatGPT. It sounds like it came from a women's magazine.
Yeah. That's
I don't think anyone's 100%. Facing this. I don't think this is a big problem right now.
But it sounds good on a tweet, and some guy who's like, yeah, if I had a wife putting myself in this fictional situation, I'd totally do that thing. Isn't that what most people do now anyways? They don't actually talk about their actual lives. They just a proxy battle and put themselves. Yeah. Megyn Kelly and Matt Walsh are arguing about what they would do on a date. And meanwhile, they're both happily married and don't give two shits about each other. But no, you will.
And they probably don't take their wives on dates.
Yeah. I mean, Matt Walsh is a beard, so let's face it. I mean, sorry, he has a beard. I didn't want to accuse him of anything.
Matt Walsh is fake wrestling. He doesn't believe a word he says.
Not even good fake wrestling. He's like WCW,
It's so apparent. I had to watch a video of that idiot. I'm like, dude, well, he's not an idiot. He's incredibly intelligent in what he's doing. I'm like, you don't believe a word you're saying. You're just doing it for the clicks. That's all it is.
So he doesn't think I actually don't have a father?
That's
My God, I feel like such a jerk.
No, what was it? Not expecting from a man who clearly never had them. He believes you don't have kids. That's the one.
No, he said something about a father. Anyway, so Allie and I had this argument. No, he said clearly from a man who never had a father.
Oh, damn. Really?
Unless I'm reading it wrong. But that's an argument, right? Well,
you
might be right.
Yeah.
No, I heard it like clearly never had one, as in he clearly never had kids. Pull up the commercial.
I mean, if I'm not showing off the F trophies for clout, is it really existing? Dude, Clary, I'm with you, man. I'm with you on this whole. I think everybody's lying about everything.
I think, and I got to do a video because, again, like I said before, I'm not going to go. I don't like talking about people like Destiny, but I've heard so much of it. I'm like, dude, where's the marriage license? And so I think that's an important conversation.
Where's the birth certificate,
not
Obama?
now, not necessarily now, but down the road.
And thus, Destiny met Aaron Clary, his worst of worst opponents.
I didn't know this, but someone had me do a Clary test on him, and because
what's a Clary test?
The Clary test is did you come from wealth? What's your degree? Do you have any real world working experience? And what are you doing now? It's basically a 4-point test to see if you should run for office. So people pay me to do a Clary test on different people.
Yeah.
But this kid sounds like he came from wealth. He majored in music. I guess he's a socialist. I was like, oh yeah, he's in Omaha. How many people are from Omaha? That kind of thing. And I'm like, oh, this guy, Omaha, Nebraska. It's the town of Nebraska.
Nebraska? Oh,
yeah.
How many states do you guys have?
51, including you guys.
Damn, poor bastards. I would hate to be us.
Anyway, so he's just a douche, I'm like, he's like a Vouch, but I guess with blue hair now.
Well, Vouch was the one he trained Vouch to be Vouch.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
does it make sense now?
Well, yeah. I'm gonna dip my toe a little bit in this and then get out, and then but that'll be later.
Let's go to the next chat GPT gem here. They said secretive behavior. If your date is secretive about their plans or seems to be hiding something during the holidays, it might be cause for concern. Open communication is crucial for a healthy relationship. Isn't that right, Brian? Healthy communication.
Shut up. Setting me up with this one. Communication. You want to talk about feelings? Yeah, sure, man. Fuck that. Dude, you know what I love about this? This reminds me of every 80s sitcom. Remember the Christmas season? Even Transformers had it where it's like it's somebody's birthday or it's Christmas, and then he's worried that nobody loves him and everybody's hiding stuff from him, so he runs away from home. And then it turns out they had a surprise party for him the whole time, and he gets back and learns the true meaning of his birthday and Christmas. That's what that fucking piece is on the list. Maybe
yeah, of
your
course
wife
they're
is
gonna be
hiding your.
secretive. They're hiding presents and shit from you. Dumb
She's
fuck.
got a Roblox gift card for you, and she doesn't want to spoil the surprise. She knows she can't keep her mouth shut, and so she has to keep her phone with her at all times. It makes perfect sense.
Jack, do you guys have like girl magazines like Cosmo and gossipy magazines over there in Denmark?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. 'Cause that's just what this sounds like.
Yeah. 100%.
It just sounds like AI plagiarized an article in Cosmo or Cosmonet or whatever they call it in Europe.
yeah, that's
Wasn't
what
that-
they do.
Yeah, isn't that what they do? It just reads everything that humans have ever done, and it just regurgitates it really well.
Yeah, rewrites it in its own, robot-y way.
Adds in a couple extra fingers to the left hand and calls it a day.
We have two. I know it's 2 of 12 so far, but these legit sound like it was written by a 24-year-old journalism graduate who's working for free at a Boldy Condé Nast publication. It just
In
sounds.
all honesty, the only red flag I care about is how she treats me. That's the only red flag where it's like, yeah, then that's the big one. It's like, oh no, she looks like this. It's like, oh, treats me nice, so.
Has a penis, but she treats me nice. Right?
No, I got 2 hours to fill. F this. If she keeps a secret from me, if she poops with the bathroom door closed, she belongs to the streets. I ain't putting up with this nonsense. I need to know, because if there's something in there, what if she's got cancer and she's hiding it from me? I could cry with her and share feelings. She's hiding it because she wants to give it to that other guy, Chad. Whoa.
We all know that at Christmas time, if she's being secretive, she's flying down to Cancun for the foam cannon party. Everybody knows.
Oh,
That's
man,
what they're
Ryan's
doing.
in a
Riding
good
that
mood
cock
today.
carousel.
No, she's better than that. She's cheating on me, but she's a saint. It's not her. It's those pickup artists. They stole her. They kidnapped her in the A-Team van, and they're having their way with her with their seduction manipulation. I just know it's Rolo's fault. Him out there with his vasectomy, and they're all sitting here like, wow, what a great alpha male with a vasectomy. I'm going to sleep with him. And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
We need to have Ryan drawn up as like this skinny, almost borderline trailer trash hick who like curses at the, your glasses don't align with what you're saying, but I'm picturing in my mind this comic book character.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. These little whores and their damn nerd shit. Jennifer Lopez got them thinking like this with her boss bitch stuff. I'm telling you. I saw this in the Bible. They talked about it's the frogs, then it's the river planting, and then the third apocalypse is hoes.
Apocalypse.
It's biblical. Look it up. It's in the book of Isaiah. I haven't read it, but somebody read it and started ranting into the camera, and I believe him.
He's
It's very popular.
gonna have me crying on straight shit.
Great.
This is so good.
Ryan's Kentucky cousin. This is
Ryan.
I hope someone like Governor's watching this shit and just grabbing clip after clip, because this is fucking awesome.
You sons of bitches.
Just pass all the red flags to Ryan and let him go. Just
Yeah.
let him go.
Well, let's do this next one here. Avoidance of future plans. If your date seems reluctant to make plans for the future beyond the holiday season, it could indicate a lack of long-term interest or commitment. Red flag, Jack Napier.
I'm glad I survived the holidays by the amount I can eat. So,
You know what?
I wake up on January 1st.
You know what's funny is when I was out on the dating circuit, I found very quickly that the dating circuit tends to be very cyclical, and you'll find that there's this thing called cuffing season. I think I saw it in the chat somewhere, right? Women are trying to lock down a guy that they can bring home for the holidays to be like, look, mom, I'm not a piece of shit. I got a man, right? Then right after New Year's, they're breaking up with all these guys. And then you get this flood of women back out in the dating circuit in January. But then once they dump the guys that they were with over the holidays, they're like, oh shit, Valentine's Day is coming. So then all January, they're trying to lock down a dude for that Valentine's Day date so that they're not alone on Valentine's Day. Then they immediately get into another relationship on Valentine's Day. By the end of February, they realize that guy's a piece of shit. And then they flood the market again right after February. It's great. It's like clockwork. So if you're in a dry spell right now because of the holidays, that's because all the women are taken for the pictures and the family dinners and shit. Come January, you guys have a fresh new inventory of chicks that you can burn through. It's great. It's great.
What horrible people they are.
these women.
No, it's like literally I don't want a real boyfriend. I want like a fake. It's like anime porn. Like that's not a real girl, but guys are jerking off to it anyway. This is the girl version of that. It's not a real boyfriend, but it'll keep mom off my ass for a bit. Imagine him acting like I'm goofing around here, like I made her dinner. I bought her a ring. It's not diamond, it's a Funko ring. It's lick it, but it's a symbol. And she doesn't decide to do anything, and now she ghosted me. She ghosted me for dinner. Did you know this? I called her. She said she slept in. She sleeps a lot, so I believe her, but I just know she would have been here if it wasn't for those fucking pickup artists.
Ryan, you need to fit into your repertoire the promise ring. I got her a promise ring.
It's a slap bracelet. She loves the 90s, and I looked it up. Zach Morris had one. He's a dreamboat on that show, Cosby or something.
Zach Morris? Who the fuck is Zach Morris?
Saved by the Bell.
What? You don't know Saved by the Bell?
Zach Morris.
You're old as fuck.
No,
Saved by the Bell, dude. Kelly
Wait,
Kapowski,
AC
AJ
Slater?
Slater.
Hold it. Is Zach Morris the character name or an actor name?
That's the character name.
Nobody knows who the actor is. They still call him
No,
Zach Morris.
there's
He was
an
on
actor.
NYPD
I just
Blue.
looked it up. There's an actor called Zach Morris. There's an actor.
Mark Paul Gosselaar, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people were calling him Zach Morris when he was on NYPD Blue when he was like in his 40s. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Okay, this guy I recognize. Yeah, he's got the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I bought all the
hair
DVDs
of the 90s.
I had the DVDs set up. I had dinner set up. I had the lick ring. I had the promise slap wrist. And she ghosted me saying she fell asleep. It was 6 o'clock. Who falls asleep at 6? Do you know who? Bitches.
Whores.
Yeah. Don't you call her a whore. She's magnificent. I'll fight you so much.
Hey, let's get to some super chats. We have some super chats here.
Oh, good.
Nonstop Dre with a $5 heartfelt super chat. I just realized meat butchers and feminists are a perfect dating match. Both don't mind seeing chopped up body. What? That's dark, bro.
Dre has a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him this. We got some. Since we're talking about the horse today.
Shame this horse.
Yes, shame these whores. That's Elena Sparse Fitness that gave us that sound drop. All right, we have. Is it Kyle? It's for a 556. Oh, I like that. I see what you did there. It's all because nowadays first base is smashing, second base is eating ass, third base is getting a dog together. Getting a dog together. That's weird. All right, we got this here.
Talking about horse people. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. We've got Dark Knight Dev with a $5 heartfelt. Same here. I love girls with pink hair and long acrylic nails around 160 pounds and a little clingy. Red flags are a green light. Happy Kwanzaa, fellas.
Happy
Kwanzaa already?
Night. Is it?
I'm going to give him this one.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock.
Yes, he's... Rusty has loved the Sinterklaas hat. Where is Zwarty Pete? Who's that? Does that
That's
you?
Black Pete.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
muted, Jack.
You're muted.
Yeah, Jack, why aren't you wearing blackface Pete?
Well, because you didn't want me to wear that when you were on a podcast.
Well, no, I just said I didn't want it on my channel because I didn't want to get removed.
Oh,
but
Paul's
you should
channel's
totally
okay.
do it on Paul's channel.
He's going to get this one.
That's a cold ass honky.
Yes. And then we have Alex Patino with a $5 super chat from Jack. Red flags are green flags for a bang. Feliz Navidad. Yes, I agree with that.
Feliz
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yes, he definitely fucks. And then Rusty with another $1.99. Shame these horses? Yes.
Shame this horse.
Yes, we've got to shame these horses. All right, thanks for that, guys. Where the hell are we? Okay, we got here. This one's oddly dumb because they're all oddly dumb. This one's doesn't make any damn sense because it's literally Christmas, and this is what Christmas in the modern world is all about. Overemphasis on materialism Pay attention to how your date approaches gift giving and receiving. If there's an excessive focus on material gifts or they seem disappointed by thoughtful, non-material gestures, it may signal a mismatch in values. The whole holiday season is materialism, though, isn't it?
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
It's the birth of our Savior and Lord Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Said it twice for emphasis, not blasphemed. She needs to get with it. She doesn't like menorahs all year. It's for the streets. Do you hear me? You're laughing. Do I look like I'm laughing? It's Christmas.
What's his name? We need an Henry.
We need his character's name. Yeah.
No, what's his name?
Brian.
How old?
Stanley?
So he's got to be at least in his 40s because he wouldn't be this jaded, or he's still there's hope. So he can't be a zillennial doped on drugs. It has to be a 41-year-old man with a nerd name that his parents gave him because they too
Wendell.
were socially couth. Wendell. Oh yes, this is
I like it.
Wendell.
Somebody in the chat remind me because I'm going to forget about this in like an hour.
Wendell.
Wendell. Okay.
Wendell.
Yeah.
Does all the right things, doesn't get anywhere,
Yes.
hates women, but he really loves them. If
Lives
you
on
ever
the
talk shit
outskirts-
about what he's talking shit about, he's going to get so angry, he's going to fight you.
Outskirts
not for
of
real.
Lexington, Kentucky. Yes.
I love it. Wendell.
Materialism.
Where does Wendell work? Does he work at the gas station? Like he's the supervisor at a gas station?
I was thinking he collects disability. Maybe he's like a part-timer at the church then?
No.
All
Yeah,
right.
he goes
Accountant?
to church. He goes to...
What job is
No.
least likely to get laid? What's the least
What-
impressive
you-
job for women?
You need a job that indicates you really didn't put any effort into life, but you
Oh,
still
but high
work.
expectations.
Like I'm thinking assistant supervisor, kind of partial secret king.
Data entry.
Ooh,
Clerk?
yeah, data analyst or something like that. Yeah.
That's almost a real job though.
Takes no skill to take, like, someone gives you a piece of paper and you type in the information for the paper.
All right, fine. How about so we don't alienate anybody? We pick a job that no longer exists, like shoe cobbler for horses or something.
This exists.
But you know what I mean?
no
One that's
barriers.
like nobody's there anymore. Chimney sweep. I don't
There
know.
you go. No,
Like,
sweet.
don't you need to go to college to be a data analyst?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, he
That's
goes
the-
to
An
college. Where do you
analyst,
think?
but not a data entry clerk.
Dude, that's where I met all the hoes and realized you guys
No,
are gonna
I
get your
got it.
comeuppance.
I got it.
You got
I
it?
got it. Bus driver.
Ooh,
You drive a bus for the kids.
school
No
bus
window
driver.
liquor.
Bus driver.
Actually, that's
Yeah, but-
perfect because one of the themes could be he got accused of whatever and he's like really angry about it. I love those kids, but not like that.
Otto the bus driver is cool.
Oh yeah, he was pothead though.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
a cartoon.
This guy doesn't do drugs because drugs are for losers. Just say no.
Yes. Here we go.
Sako says a white guy with a podcast.
Name a bigger red flag.
Ouch.
Better. All right, never mind. He won.
You know what's funny?
Podcaster.
The overemphasis on materialism, that honestly is if a chick has, like, on her dating profile that her love language is gifts, fuck off. Like, that is, to me, is like, fuck off, bitch. You
I'm at a situation here where someone from the Southern Command, which are the rooms are rented out, had to leave. Wonderful person. I don't have a bad thing to say about, but this is a girl, and I didn't think there was a portal to another dimension where she could have so much shit in that one room as she's moving out. And I would say that actually, this is so far out of the 3 or 4 that we're in, this might actually be one of the more legitimate ones that would be universal, where if there is a tonnage of shit and the emphasis is on stuff, yes. And that is, I'd say, 85 to 90% of women, not because they're materialists and they're into, oh, that's better, a life coach.
master, certified
Yes.
master life coach.
Certified master life coach. This would be about the only legitimate one so far that wasn't just pulled off of Teen Cosmo or whatever. But
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah. I can see it.
I can see a girl that doesn't want shit. I guess they're just being brazen about it. Like they're assuming too much for too early.
I've got Nurse Chick pretty well brainwashed into that it's better to spend money on memories than it is to buy things and
Experiences, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, "Oh, I'm all about that." Yes, you are. Yes. Let's do that.
That's gaslighting. That's not very feminist.
Is
of you.
it? Oh, it's also if by effective. you mean. Okay.
She doesn't love you, and she won't know you love her unless you buy her a ring and a purse and a car and a house and a second bedroom because she sleeps in the second bed because she needs to get her sleep, and I keep her up with my snoring.
Brian, you have to defend her children from other men. Wendell has to, like, they're my kids too. And
I stepped up.
Yes.
You didn't step up. Or what's that? Did you guys read that tweet about the guy who like tried to tell his uncle to stop trying to hug his kids?
Yeah.
And like he ruined Christmas, and he's like, I smoked a joint and had to man talk with the guy, and then he just left with his wife. I should be that guy.
There you go. Gotta have
Smoked a
man-to-man
joint.
talks.
Use this thing my therapist taught me, and I talked to him man to man. You're making my kids uncomfortable. You're a pedo. And then he got mad at me. Can you believe that?
The audacity.
The audacity. Internet, tell me I'm a good person, please. The worst part is this isn't a character. I'm just reading tweets.
Ryan literally has Twitter open right now, and he's reading.
I have the bookmarks of like
masculinity list.
Yeah. Hugging your kids on Christmas is beta. That guy's got 2 million followers. Did a whole episode on him.
Oh God.
Wendell, you fucking idiot. Shut up. It's Rollo's fault. Always Rollo. The hell's a Rollo? The vasectomy guy. Shh. All right, I'm done.
Hey, related, I am 2 chapters into writing a short essay book on vasectomies.
Nice.
So, yep, it's a short little one, but a lot of cursing and swearing.
Are you reclaiming your original idea?
No, it's still my idea. It's not like I lost claim to it. I just am sick and tired of hearing the Spurgs and Audis
This
ramble
one has some
on.
fantastic rants, by the way.
But they cut your dick off, Clary. Don't you know that?
Exactly. And so
You become a eunuch. No one will love you.
and no one will love you, and then you get cancer, and then
And then Brian wins, or what? Wendell.
Wendell gets the
Wendell
girl
finally
in-
wins at the
Wendell
end.
gets one in the end. Yep.
Wendell Weiner. That's his last name.
Wiener.
Weiner. It's German. Yeah, Wiener.
Oh.
It's Wiener. It's not pronounced Weiner. It's Wiener.
It's
a German name.
Brian, who is that guy again from Simpsons episode? The guy who was like, you went to space?
Grimy.
Fuck. Who?
Grimes.
Is that the glasses? Like,
Yeah, the guy who worked hard and never got anything,
yeah,
and
never
Homer just stumbled
and
into
Homer
it.
beats him all the time. Yeah.
I'm just gonna touch these live wires because I'm Homer. Zzz. You're like, yeah, good times.
All right, the next one ChatGPT gave us was excessive drinking or substance abuse. Be cautious if your date engages in excessive drinking or substance abuse during the holidays. This behavior could be indicative of deeper issues or an inability to handle stress in a healthy way.
Could?
What would we do without AI?
Might be pointing out the obvious here, but that's not a could.
That's pretty
Fucking obvious.
yeah. Well, it just depends. Like it's because actually that was on my list, my contenders list, right? My a woman that has substance abuse issues. Like I don't mind going out for drinks and stuff like that, having a good time, but if a chick gets sloppy, slurry drunk on your first date, that is
Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
I think the second podcast I ever did, it was called a Tale of Two Train Wrecks episode. Still one of my most popular episodes. And one of them was this chick that just got blackout drunk the first date I went on with her. And I was like, it's probably just a one-time thing. I invited her over to my house for the second date, and she finished off like 2 bottles of wine like here that night and was just so fucking drunk. I was like, I can't send her home. She's going to wrap her car around a telephone pole, but I'm also not going to stick my dick in that. So I made her sleep on the couch that night. And then I sent her home and ghosted her. The next morning when I'm walking her to the door, she's like, I had a bit too much to drink last night, didn't I? I was like, yep. Fuck out. Yeah, I would say so. The next one is unwillingness to compromise. The holiday season often involves juggling various commitments. If your date is unwilling to compromise or insists on having their way without considering your needs, it may be a red flag for future relationship dynamics. What do you think, Jack?
Like, no compromise. Depends on what. Depends on what. Like, if there's truly things you don't want to do. Okay, so a legitimate red flag for me is like she has toxic parents and she is kind of like making excuses for them. I've been in a relationship like that where like her mom was an absolute train wreck, remarried a depressed woman, was still in debt, all kinds of weird shit going on. And she wanted to go there for Christmas. And I'm like, no. I'm not going there.
Jack.
Yes.
What's with this nuance and a point and a realistic scenario? Simple, angry, loud, whammon. Do you not get this? She said we should go to my mom's place. You're like, I don't want to go. So you compromise and do what she wants because that's what you do as a man.
You step up, Jack.
Yes,
her mom's an alcoholic. Yes, her dad diddled her a bunch as a child, but you go there and you enjoy the holidays because that's what you're supposed to do. Yes, this got dark, but nuances for idiots. I'm here to yell.
You've got to be there to support her. Okay?
Support her. And if you don't, you're a worse monster than Uncle Touchy.
What was number 6? Read that to us again there, Paul. What's this one?
It's unwillingness to compromise. The holiday season often involves juggling various commitments. If your date is unwilling to compromise or insists on having their way without considering your needs, it may be a red flag for a future relationship.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was something a little bit more important, but okay, this is just another lift. They went to the library. They asked the librarian, "Hey, can you give me the most beige tapioca girl magazine to give me?" So it just pulled
Give
from
me
that
real estate beige, but in red flags.
Right. Okay.
But what I'm trying
this is a
to
Federal
say,
Reserve white paper that came out.
Like what I'm trying to say is like, I myself am not a big family guy, but if you're in a relationship, you gotta have to like meet in the middle where it's like, okay, but you know what? She is a family person. Like, might not want to go to my family because I don't give a crap. But, you know, why not?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I don't go to my girlfriend's family events.
Why would she want you there?
Well, that's another thing too. There's some people that would agree with that assessment, and the nieces and nephews love me. That's the cool thing where I'm just like, yeah, but I'm popular with the kids. But no, like the sit down dinner, like you don't have to go to these things. I don't know.
If you really don't want to, then no.
Wait, are you saying you can tell your girl no?
Well, there's this new word in the English language, yeah, but like, no, I'm not gonna go.
That's misogyny.
No one really cares.
Right wing, alt-right misogyny. Trump, January 6th, Ukraine. Why don't you like Ukraine?
Wendell, I'm not having kids either for the white race. Okay, how do you think about that? Yeah.
Gov,
Life. We're over. The darkies are taking over.
I'm glad you're here.
We're done.
Need you to get some of these fucking Wendell clips. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate
it. But
that.
even for guys that don't drink, like maybe some family members from whatever side go like, "Oh, why don't you drink? Have a drink. Be fun. It's like, no. It's like, is that not compromising? I just think that's making a perfectly well decision that you want to make. So where do you compromise in, you know? It's like,
I'm kind of echoing like Jack, because Jack, you're the youngest one here. Who really is going to like say 30 or 40 years ago? Yes, there might have been some kind of social expectation. You would bring your significant other. Nowadays, like you have, your parents. Your parents are still together. Like, wait, you have a sit down? Like, what? That's weird. That's crazy, man. Like, nah, I'm fine. I'm going to be playing video games on the 25th.
Yeah, I don't mind going to my girl's family's events. Like her family's actually pretty cool and we get along really well. And I'm charming as fuck, so it doesn't matter what the situation is. But still, I can understand. Like if you didn't want to go, I also don't see a problem with that either. Yeah. So I don't know.
It's like it all depends. It's all subjective again. It's all
It
subjective again. Like,
It
if you want to go, then go. It's like, you know.
This one's good. This next one's good. Because this is basically all women, guys. Fluctuating mood swings. Keep an eye on your date's emotional well-being. If they experience extreme mood swings or seem consistently unhappy during the holiday season, it's important to address these concerns and assess the overall health of the relationship.
This sounds just more like a. It sounds like a. I know this comes from women's magazines, but this is criticism for women, like what you should look out for. Guys don't have mood swings except Wendell.
Yeah.
I dated
a gal. I dated a gal once. The girl I got the cat from, right? During the holidays, she started getting all depressed and stuff. That's one of the reasons why I ended that relationship. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. Peace out. Thanks for the cat.
You took her cat.
Oh, she gave me the cat. Okay, it was a gift. It was a gift, Jack.
So she threw the cat at you in anger. That's what I'm
I can't believe this girl is unable to form long-lasting relationships with living creatures. It's crazy. Didn't see it coming.
Who has mood swings after like 30 years old? Really? Mood swings?
I think most dudes don't. Most dudes are pretty even killed unless a whammon does something to make them mad. They make the guy mad.
So it's not a swing. Like a mood swing is like you just whatever out of chemical imbalance, or you just a whiny quant. Yeah, you just like, man, I'm feeling sad. You just don't slip. Some exterior, something good or bad has to happen. Like I don't just like all of a sudden get really happy.
Yeah,
for no reason. Like I gotta like find a $20 bill on the ground. Like, oh hey, you know.
But we also don't have periods every month.
Well, that's true.
And we don't go on birth control, get those hormones going.
True.
People really underestimate. Here, I'm taking off the Wendell thing right now. People underestimate how much hormones affect your mood. Like hangry. Everybody knows about hangry. Girls, just a little bit of ghrelin deficiency in your stomach, and they start hating everything. Give them a sandwich, and they're good. It's a superpower.
I fasted for 5 days once. I was still pleasant to hang around with. By God, man.
But it's because you're a guy.
Aww.
I swear to God, though, there's got to be something to do with mood and like ghrelin's the full hormone that guys don't have. Like, you know how women don't have the ability to synthesize or metabolize alcohol in the stomach? They have to use the lower intestines. I think there's something like that with moods and stomach and eating that guys have that girls don't. I just can't prove it.
But okay, but it's not mood. It's not even psychological. It's just
hormonal,
biophysiological.
Yeah.
I loved how Cappy's innate impression of mood swings were like physical violence. Just saying.
To be fair, that is the only mood swing a guy has, that need to punch through a drywall and not hit the stud. Or in Europe, as you guys call it, no part of the wall, because you guys still use plaster like it's 1760s. Or horse manure with hay. Whitewashed.
Go back to what like that better.
All right, the next one here is overly critical attitude. If your date consistently criticizes or belittles you, especially during a time that's supposed to be festive and joyous, it may indicate a lack of respect or compatibility. Healthy relationships involve support and encouragement.
Yeah, all these people worried about AI taking their jobs. You guys are just begging for UBI. That's it. There's no way this is okay.
What is critical? Like, honey, you might have had a little bit too much eggnog. Oh, you're berating me. You're criticizing me. It's like, you're kind of, you can't walk straight anymore. Don't you? It's like,
I'll tell you what, if you're at the point in a relationship where you go in front of family and friends, your girl is dressing you down and talking mad shit about you, like that girl has no respect for you anymore, and you've probably just consistently been failing shit tests. You've been doing all sorts of things that you need to reconsider either being with her or what the fuck you're doing. I don't know.
Shut your mouth. She told you her mother's a drinker, and don't bring up her father. You brought up her father when she started ranting about her dad, and then you caused all this problem. He's always like this. Do you guys know this? Clary, Jack, he's always like this. He's an asshole. Everybody knows it. This is why we never have sex anymore. That's what she says to you every time. Every time. You know why? Because you're a jerk. Huge jerk.
Does anyone, I guess do you even tolerate criticism? Like by this age, I never get criticized, but largely by anyone, but especially my girlfriend. I know you guys would criticize me, but I just look at people like, and it doesn't even matter who, and maybe you guys have had this experience, but I have gone to family events, not with my girlfriend's family, but different, where you almost feel like everyone is kind of like you're the one, the odd one out, and people are not talking to you, and like, what the hell just happened? Like, what are you telling your family? And it's almost like a setup, like you're in an ambush, but the ambush never comes. You're socially ostracized. Like, fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
I've never experienced that, Cappy.
No, I mean, I haven't either, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, it's happened very infrequently, like publicly being put on blast. And most of the time I just kind of, you guys mind if I have the room for a minute? And then like, we'll sort out that. It's like, if you got something to say, you don't do it in front of the family. Praise in public, punish in private. As far as ranting on me too, the military kind of taught me ignore tone, focus on content. So if I'm getting shit on or critiqued by somebody, my first thought in my head is, do they have a point? And sometimes they do. I'm like, all right, fair enough. And that's all I say, fair enough. And if they don't have a point, then I'm like, all right, so why is this happening? And the girl thing, is she hungry? Is she tired? Did she just talk to her mom on the phone? And then sometimes you're like, okay, so this ain't even about me. And it kind of tempers my response. But yeah.
That's something that like I had to learn to get to, because my ex-wife was like this, right? She would have a few drinks in her, and then she would just start talking mad shit, and then I would either like blast her in front of God and everybody, or I would get mad and storm off and like go to bed, and it's like 6 o'clock, and everyone's like, it like I clearly didn't know how to handle the situation. Nowadays, like I sort of realized that it like Ryan said, it's 9 times out of 10 it's not personal, and you just got to really evaluate the situation. You also got a big part of frame is also sort of not letting things bother you so goddamn much. It's like it's funny or amusing.
Yeah.
If someone says something that's just clearly not true, and it's not true, it's like when I was in first grade, Mrs. Rundle, my first grade teacher, I would say, this kid called me a poopy head. She'd go, well, are you a poopy head? Right? And then you'd be like, well, no, that's why I'm so mad about this. It's like, well, if you're not a poopy head, then why does it matter what they're saying? I didn't understand that lesson back then, Mrs. Rundle, but I understand it now.
She's a swell girl. Yeah, it's something. You're never going to stop the world from saying a bad thing. Like, we're all on the internet. I'm sure everybody has a hate tweet underneath their comments right now. Talk about how horrible of a person we are. And sometimes just like, it's just nature of the beast, right? You're not going to live with a girl and not have her rant about how much of an asshole you are ever. You could be the greatest guy. Superman. Lois Lane put him on blast once. Episode 364. Oh, sorry. I'm not doing Wendell anymore. Whatever. Sometimes, yeah. And at the part I love the best is when guys are like, well, she's right. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you have to sit here and grovel. She has a point. You did something stupid you probably shouldn't have done. You weren't thinking. All right, thanks. What, that's it? Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to do it. And I hate to, I have to stretch this out because you guys are just staring at me like I got 3 heads. You're like, is there a follow-up to this? It's like, there's no follow-up.
No, that was a
be
period,
consistent.
Paul. Yeah. Let's move on.
Pregnant pause.
Fair enough. Okay. All right, so then we have, let's see, did we do overly critical attitude?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one you just did.
Unexplained disappearances. If your date frequently disappears without a reasonable explanation, especially during holiday events or gatherings, it could be a sign of unreliability or a lack of commitment to the relationship. Could also mean that they're a superhero. Ever think about
or
that?
have a nose candy problem.
Hey, who hasn't this? Right, for the guys up, who hasn't this happened to? You go dating, he's going on things, and then just poof, she's gone and ghosted. Then comes back. What happened? Everyone diagnosed that scenario. There's only one correct answer. What happened?
Tried something new. It didn't work out.
It didn't
She's
work.
coming back.
Yep, she went back to her ex. Whatever, came back. That's duh.
That's in that type of situation. It's like you can leave the door open for chicks like that, but you can't take them seriously. You don't ever want to get into a serious relationship with those chicks, but you can fuck them. Say, hey, you came back for some dick? Well, when's your next dick appointment? Let's get that. Let's pencil that in.
Dr. Dick, emergency room 3.
Exactly.
I can't think of a fancy surgery to sound like dicking, so I'll just leave it there.
It's probably something to do with urology. I don't know. Okay, we got refusal to discuss the future. Now this cannot be a red flag for dudes. It can't. If this is you and you're like, I really want to discuss my future with her, you need to reevaluate yourself. You need to subscribe to some of these podcasts. You know, we're all available here, because that's not your job, bro. That's not your job. But let's get through this ChatGPT bullshit. So refusal to discuss the future. Avoidance or discomfort when discussing the future of your relationship may signal a lack of long-term commitment. If your date consistently dodges conversations about where the relationship is heading, it's worth addressing. It's not your problem, guys. That's not your problem. That's what I'm going to say about that. Not your problem. Now, if you don't want to be in a relationship with her and you're constantly dodging it, I mean, it's on her. That's on her. You know what I mean? Like, that's your actions speak louder than, you know.
Why do guys want a relationship so bad? Like, mine with my girl, it was almost an accident. We were hungover one day. We just went to like a bondage party. I was caught in Vancouver. She got ditched by her date. I got ditched by mine. We had fun. We were having Caesars and realized, like, dude, it's been a year with this girl and like not one red flag. I'm like, let's give this a shot. And I put her on 90-day probation like 14 years ago. All these guys out here, they're so quick to rush to the finish line. Actually, you have this, Paul. Have you ever seen these Insta families? Like guys you'll sail with, then you'll, go on a course or something for like 3 months or go on a sail, come back 3 months later, they got a family and 2 kids. And you're like, where the hell did this come from? Mm-hmm. Because they're so desperate to be like the family guy with the father that they'll make a stupid decision with like a single mom with 2 kids. Guy on our ship, Monahan, he was a supply tech. He used to write suicide notes on the boxes he'd throw in garbage disposal so the boats started catching him. Because he had his wife, her 4 kids, and 2 baby daddies living in his house, and he's out doing sales. And because he was a fat guy, the girls were all vicious, making fun of him. Meanwhile, he's living in his own personal hell because he really wanted to be a good dad, and that was his only chance to not be lonely. I wouldn't.
All that is lazy men. All of it here. All of it is lazy men who, instead of going out and finding a life and building one up for themselves, think they just, there's always that science fiction movie where we need the crystal fusium device, and then it's the one missing piece of the device to make the warp drive work. You plug it in, and just fires up. Yeah. That's how these guys are. They instead of building their own damn crystal or putting the fizzy widget in to fire up the engine, they are so dependent on getting a girl to give a meaning and purpose. Whereas, you were just hanging out doing your thing, and all of a sudden you found out your friend was someone who would be a significant other and really good for your life. Kind of parallels what I had with my girlfriend.
I didn't even know that. I was just tired of the stripper I was dating.
Well, the environment also pushes you together as well. I'm not saying, oh my God, this is the love of my life. But my point is, you were doing your thing, and all of a sudden, like, this person became a parent. Like, oh, wait a minute, like you were on your way to do Ryan things. Yeah. Whereas the other guy you were talking about, Moynihan or whatever his name was, he wasn't doing his things. He was looking for someone else. Dude, I get all these guys, and not to generalize too much, because it's not just, but these immigrant type communities from Asia, particularly, where do I get girls? Where do I get girls? It's like, dude, you're a freaking physicist. Isn't that enough? Like, shouldn't you like maybe go back to your home country and find something more culturally? Like, no, you need this. You need the crystal to plug into otherwise your life has no meaning or value. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, I find too, a lot of guys, they'll be in a relationship. It won't end well, or it just ends in some form or fashion. They get back on the dating circuit. It's a fucking grind. They don't like doing it. So it's like, they're like, okay, I just got to get another fucking girl just so I don't have to be out here anymore and doing this whole dating app thing. And so it's like, the first girl that's somewhat nice to them, they're like, so where's this going? You want to be my girlfriend? Let's, you want to get off the dating apps together and,
the guys who just give up are like, this is too hard. They'll just take whatever.
Yeah.
Give me that old beater. I'll be fine with that.
Yeah, we'll make this work. And that's what relationships are about. It's about making it work. It's like, you're really trying to fit a square peg in a round hole here, bro. It's not a good way of doing it. It's not efficient. And you're going to end up in a relationship that you regret. It's like, stop, just chill. Just enjoy the process. Think about it differently. Don't think about it like it's a grind. Think about it like, it's better than sitting at home, meeting new people and being social. You got to change your mindset about this.
It's that fear of being alone. It's like, it's fine. You're allowed to be alone. Lonely and alone aren't the same thing.
It's
Lonely's
good.
fun.
It's
that
good
Bill
to
Burr-
get
it's that
used
Bill
to being
Burr
alone.
thing of the futon. Like, you think sleeping on a futon in your 30s is bad? Try sleeping in a king-size bed with a woman who doesn't love you, and kids you didn't want, and a job you hate. Then you will be missing that futon.
Well, see, now you're hitting it, Jack. It's the marshmallow game for grown adults. Can you look past the 15 minutes and maybe get a second marshmallow? It's like, no, I want the marshmallow now. I want the marshmallow and her 2 kids.
It's like, why are we here? All of us got burned once. Like, everybody in the chat, you got burned once. You know how many lonely guys out there these days with Christmas? Okay, imagine that. Then multiply it by whatever amount you think of guys are out there who are lonely in marriage during the holidays, who are miserable at family dinners during holidays. Now, I'm not saying family dinners are miserable. I am absolutely not saying that. They can be pleasant. They can be fun. Family-in-law can be great. All of that. But there are so many guys out there in unhappy relationships because they don't know what's going on. They didn't know what was coming to them. And then you ask yourself, why am I single? Maybe right now you should think, you know what? I am single, learning all this, seeing all this, and not being the guy who is in a marriage for I don't know how many years, whose wife doesn't want to touch him, whose kids don't respect him, and the dinner on the table he doesn't even like. So,
One thing, I think a lot of guys too, they get those rose-colored glasses about what their relationship was like, and they look back and they're like, "Oh, I miss her. I missed the warm family gatherings," and they forget all the bullshit. And I'm sure, I think Ryan and I have talked about this before. The military is very much the same way. You look back on the military, most guys do, especially veterans. They think about what a great time it was. It was brotherhood, it was fucking camaraderie, and like we just went out, we sold the world, we went and chased tail in all these countries, and you forget about all the times that you spent fucking cleaning the overheads. You forget about all the times you spent hours a day on the weight deck level, fucking needle gunning the fucking non-skid up for hours while you're in dry dock. Like, that fucking sucked. Okay, like there was a lot of sucky shit that we did in the military, but you forget all about it. You think about, oh, how great it was. No, like for you guys that are lonely because you went through a breakup, you got to look back and go, God, this part of the relationship really did suck. Oh, and she really didn't put out very well. You know what? She was a fucking starfish and had no imagination in the bedroom. I would try to stick my whatever in her thing, and she would get mad at me for that. Like, fuck that bitch. You know what I mean?
That's not even what I mean. I mean the guys who are now desperate for a relationship. Those are the guys I meant, where it's like, I am a failure because I don't have a relationship right now. It's like, chill.
Yeah, but it's not your measure of success. Yeah,
Jack, to your point, like, how many of them ever had one to do the contrast and comparison? Like, you get all these virgin towels who like, oh my God, sex. Like they get to a crippling level where they can't function as a normal human being because they're just like, I wonder what sex is like. It's like, dude, go fly out to Vegas, go set up a schedule at the Bunny Ranch, get your dick wet, realize it isn't the greatest and end all and be all, and then get on with your life. And they just lack that comparison. And so that's until they get it and realize, so you actually go to the other side, you see the grass is not greener. They won't have that context to know, like, well, there are worse things in life than being single on Christmas.
Virgin towels. I'm going to write that down. That's the first time I ever heard that. I like that. That's good.
For some reason, I kept thinking Tao not as in MGTOW, but as in like, Chinese Buddhism.
Oh, no. Virgin
like Virgin Tao. They're above it.
10,
they're
12
levitating.
Years old. 10, 12 years old. That.
Speaking of Tao, you guys see this book?
What?
Huh.
It's my friend Eric Everhard. He's a legendary porn star. He sent me that. That's his book that's getting ready to come out.
You were telling me about that guy. You're right. I do remember him. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, he's such a funny dude. He reached out to me the other day. And he's like, "Hey man, we haven't talked in a while. You want to have a Zoom call or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Eric Everhard, legendary porn star. Let's have a chat on a Sunday. Fucking, the dude's so funny though, because he'll tell me, "Hey, I see you're writing a book. Let me tell you about editors and stuff." I'm like, Thank you, Eric Everhard, legendary porn star. I really appreciate it.
Why is he talking about himself in the third person like that? It's all I can think of was that Seinfeld
I
episode.
can't help it. It's like I'm like, this fucking guy. But he's such a good dude. I like giving him shit that way. Boundary violations, guys. Watch for signs that your date disregards your personal boundaries, especially during the holiday season. If they push you into situations you're uncomfortable with or consistently ignore your needs, it's a red flag for potential relationship issues.
Yeah, again,
boundaries. It's kind of a big deal. You got to learn how to.
How many more of these bland ones do we have?
One more. Yeah, that was the 11th red flag of Christmas, Cappy.
12th one better be her head spins or like some exorcist thing.
No,
That'd
can we
be
get?
awesome.
No.
It's ChatGPT.
The 12th one. It's got to be something lame.
Water. She doesn't drink 8 glasses of water a day.
That's it. Excessive comparisons to others. If your date frequently compares you to their ex-partners or others in a negative light, it may indicate unresolved issues or an inability to appreciate you for who you are. Healthy relationships involve acceptance and understanding.
That's a really good one, but the way they worded it makes me just want to punch myself in the dick.
It's gay. It's the way.
But like, yeah, you're just like Steven. You're like, fuck, what? You're just like your father. You're just like my father. It's like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm with them. Get a couple drinks into them. All right, tell me about your father, and they'll tell you some crazy story. Like, yeah, no. I watch enough TikTok to see when you get girls on a little ramble about a complaint, they'll bring up some weird, deep-seated shit.
Sometimes that's good though. Like
I'm talking about Uncle Touchy's not a good thing actually, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's not a good thing maybe, but honestly, like a lot of guys, they're they want to ask a girl what her body count is. They want to ask about her past and all this shit. It's like, bro, you don't have to. Just get a couple of drinks in her at the holidays and let her just fucking run her mouth. Like,
wait, is there an actual in the chat? I gotta go to chat. If one of you guys has ever, and I mean ever, in the history of ever, been on a date and asked about a notch count or body count or any other like euphemism for fuck time, I want you to tell me. I want to know. I need to see the real life version of this. I got so many questions. There's no way anybody's really done this. Clary, Jack, Paul, you guys are looking like you don't know where I'm going with this. I'm not going anywhere.
No, I know exactly where you're going with this. I'm just surprised someone is ready to put themselves on blast.
I'm not even going to put them on blast at this point. The courage, because I'm like, I just want to know if it exists. I want those is like, remember Tide Pods where everybody's like, oh, the kids are eating Tide Pods. Turns out nobody was doing it. It was a prank on like Live Fail or something. And then a news story ran with it. And then all of a sudden, all the Zoomers are eating Tide Pods.
Because anytime I ever talk about, I put a tweet out or any kind of social media thing talking about it's dumb to ask that question, I get at least 100 dudes justifying, no, I'm going to ask. That bitch better fucking tell me how many fucking dicks she's sucked because I need to know.
I know. Is this Wendell's cousin in Tennessee?
Oh, it's so stupid on so many levels. It's like, one, oh yeah, she'll tell you. Yeah, mister, I just met you. Hey, Wendell, here's I'm at 17. 2, it's assuming girls are keeping track like they have some fuck diary. And I don't care about that stupid chick 10 years ago that people still tweet the same photo of who had her little fuck list. One example, exception that proves the rule. Thirdly, wait, what do I say already? She's gonna lie to you because she's not stupid. Secondly, she doesn't keep track, so she doesn't know. And thirdly, you don't want to know the answer anyway. And if she tells you something like 0, you're either going to believe her because you want to, or you're not going to believe her because you don't want to. So you already know what you want to believe, so just go with that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's going to be, she might give you a number, but there's all sorts of things that she's going to mentally, do gymnastics around of why certain things didn't count too. She's never going to be honest with you. Long story short. So why ask? Dude, you could do the multiply by 3 fucking. You still won't know for sure. So why are you even
asking? It out anyway? I mean, can't you get a ballpark estimate based on other things?
Yeah, if she starts bitching at your reminder of some dude she used to date and she got the name wrong 4 times, then that's a hint.
That's what I'm saying. She's going to run her mouth and she's going to tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, damn you, Daryl. Wasn't it Steven? Shut up.
So Chad Elkins, actually, he said just once, but she was a cam girl who was eager to share. Okay.
Oh, see, that's different. That'd be like, I've always wanted to have like a conversation with a porn girl just to ask like technical questions.
Yeah. I asked Eric Everhard because he had in his first book that he slept with over 4,000 chicks. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I mean, I can believe that because that's what you do for a living, but did you actually keep a fucking like tally? And he goes, I did actually for several years, and then just became too hard to maintain that list. So he's like, it's ballpark. I'm like, all right, Eric Everhard, legendary porn star. Let's see here. This guy says decades ago, pre-marriage. He asked some chicks
Jesus.
How'd that turn out?
I know how it turned out. He doesn't even have to answer. What's he going to say that's not going to be what I said, but less angry? I mean, yeah, and he's like, yeah, it was before I found a girl that wanted me. So I get, we all are stupid when we're young. I meant somebody doing it last week, but that's fine. It's like, dude.
Okay, who last week asked a chick?
Yeah, all this shit is literally guys like, I want a chick that's really good at gaslighting me. That's all they're looking for, you know?
Yeah.
I want a girl that I need her to read my mind and see from my subtle cues what notch number I'm willing to believe and which one I'm willing to accept, where that range is between 2.5 and 3. And they'll probably throw a decimal in there because nerds are autistic that way. How do you get 0.4 a girl? Fuck whatever. And then they're going to find that girl, and that girl's going to know he wants me to say 4 because everybody says 3, so he knows it's a lie, but 5 is too many. So I'm going to say 4. And he's like, thank you. That's all I wanted to know. And then she's going to be like, yeah, it's your baby. And yeah, I was just out with the girls. I must have fallen asleep at my phone. I stayed at my friend's place and nothing happened. And they're going to believe it all because guys are stupid and they want to be stupid. And they're letting girls tell them the stupidest lies. Have you ever seen a girl lie? Like the one that you don't care?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, it's such an obvious, like, why would you even say that? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And then you realize somewhere out there is a guy who's fucking her. And he's like, no, it sounds about right. And I'm like, dude, don't tell me hormones don't affect our behavior because your horniness hormone is making you believe the dumbest shit ever. And then we got to sit here every week for 2 hours and tell people not to be that guy. And then one of these guys in here is like, I know better than these 4. Yeah, they've said this for the last 206 episodes, but I think 207 is the right one where they're going to... The exception was MGTOW for 2069, and his time he asked about notch counts. And then we got to sit here and make a whole episode on that guy because now everybody's attached to him because he went viral because, oh my God, a guy actually fucking did it. This is finally some content because I got no talent and I have to comment about everybody else. Yeah. And then we have to comment because they somehow blame it all on Rolo. And those red pill guys, because that's the easiest way to get tweets now is like, hey, we should just make fun of Rolo and the guys, and then they'll yell at us back and call us hoes. This is Elon bucks for free.
It's just
and then they make 5-minute videos about I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, and then I have to look at Abba and Preach with the soy face. Did they really say this to fucking Fresh and Fit? Notch count, debunked myth. And here we are. And then finally we're like, you know what? We're over it. We try to make some wholesome episode that's like, here's some actionable stuff, guys. So you don't have to fall for this nonsense. And repeat the cycle again. It's been like 3 years of this.
The best thing you can do is assume and don't.
Well, you just hold out until somebody shoves something up their ass or gets divorced or cheated on, because then you got something new to talk about at least. Thank God for that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Clary will come out of his hole every February. We get 6 more weeks of ranting about economics. Jack's like, the Dutch don't have cool humor like this, but I'll fit, and he fits something in that's like totally out of left field. We're like, oh, thank God. And then Paul's like, I'm just going to watch wrestling. I'm out of here. And somebody joins the Rule Zero cast or leaves it, or I don't even know. At this point, I'm out. I'm out of content.
Have you been drinking?
No, I'm sober as fuck. That's the problem. I'm trying to drink.
No, he was trying. He's not putting in that effort. You know, you got to put your backbone into
he's
fucking drinking right now.
He's almost angry sober, where it's like, I want to fucking drink, and I can't.
Dude, that's just Tuesday for me.
Yeah, I would love to just sit here and be like, have a Minecraft Let's Play with the Rule Zero cast. Or like, hey, look at this. Look at Paul's castle. This would be great. Like and subscribe. But no, we got to shit on the hoes and the retards. Merry Christmas.
You were so done with it, aren't you?
For Christmas, what did they get me? They were doing, on my last podcast, they were doing fucking Chuck Norris jokes, but with Coach. For like 22 hours. I had 2 hours of Couch is so alpha that alpha's him. And I'm like, I'm fucking done. Clary come in, started ranting. I'm like, thank God I gave my bad mood to somebody else, but he handed it right back because he's one of those kind of givers. Re-gifts it.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
All right, let's do these super chats, and then let's go around the horn, and we'll close this pig out for Christmas here. We've got John Egan 304 super chat. Love the ladies, no red flags. Well, let's not go that far.
He's right.
You get this one.
Respect the cock and tame the cunt.
Yes, I had to grab that one. We've got Nonstop Dre for $2 super chat. What's wives' favorite thing to do in bed? Fake it. Hey, you want to know why women fake it? Because they
still care.
No, they think we care. Yeah.
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. We've got another one from Nonstop Dre. What do you call a girl asking Cappy out? Charity. Oh.
There's an epidemic of gold digging whores in this country.
Yes, there is.
Clary's contorting into the Grinch right now, dude. That Dre's really got to him.
Oh, we got another one. We got another one from Dre. He says everyone knows Cappy is too small for a vasectomy.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock.
See, that's Cappy. If you ever go out where there's live music with Cappy, motherfucker can move. Okay.
A vasectomy.
Oh.
Unrealized thoughts. $2 super chat. Are men or women incapable of love or both? LOL.
What's love?
Yeah.
Baby, don't hurt me.
Damn, that's a cold ass honky.
Yes.
Wrong song, Paul.
That's the same song. No, I mean, this guy's a cold ass honky for the super chat.
Yeah.
Another one from Nonstop Dre. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Cappy, like his women, like his guns, strapped up. Oh, that's bad. Man, Cappy,
so uncomfortable.
Are you gonna take that disrespect?
At $2 a shot, yeah.
Okay.
$20 is $20.
You know what? There's a man with his eye on the prize.
They're everywhere.
And then we got another one from John Egan, $5 super chat. Paul, I'm charming as fuck. Also, extremely humble. That is true. That is true.
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere. And then we've got. God, we got a lot today. Thank you, guys. Unrealized thoughts, $5. What's up with women saying their brains don't develop until 25, but still make bad decisions well into their 30s and 40s?
If I didn't know people lie to feel better about themselves, call it a hunch.
Yeah.
Why do guys call themselves alpha males when they're clearly not?
They want to be a part of the club.
I was just going to say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Alpha male club. Yes.
People lie because people are pieces of shit, and that's okay.
We've got Burb Shid for $5. When you find out the chick has a pickle in their pants, I have never experienced that. I see that a lot where people are like, "Oh, you never know these days. You never know." It's like, I think you can tell with the Adam's apple and the fucking beard and all that kind of shit.
You ever been to Thailand? Do you ever sail there?
No, I never made it there.
Patong Alley, man. I went in there and Phuket, and the girls and the lady boys, first off, you can tell. One, the lady boys, 9s and 10s. The girls are like 6s. Secondly, you just ask, and they're cool with it. Yeah. So, like, anybody who's tricked, like, Cernovich wasn't tricked. He knew. You knew
what you were doing. Especially, I mean, you get to that point.
Guys, I gotta go. Something popped up, so I'll see you guys. Have a good Christmas. All right.
I didn't mean to scare you with the Troon talk. Oh, damn it.
Anyway,
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
This guy fucks people with pickles in their pants, apparently. We've got Dung is fun for $2. Cappy, how did you escape Santa's workshop? You'll never know. He left, man.
Talking about whores, people. They're everywhere.
And we got this one. God, man, we got a lot to say. Thank you so much. Would you guys get TFM on the show? $2 super chat. Who's TFM?
Oh, I don't think he's coming back. He was on the once back when Donnie was still part of the thing. Donovan just kept shitting on him over the sex doll. Rolo had some questions. I wasn't there that day. It went downhill fast.
But who is he?
Turd Flinging Monkey? He's like a MGTOW guy. He's got a sextowel named Celestina on Instagram with more followers than me. I'm losing to an inanimate object on Instagram. It's fucking bullshit. And then Clary talks well about it. He makes like a lot of good points. He's a smart guy about the women ain't being shit, but like proper at ain't shit. So he's like the most talented of the anime avatars, and nobody knows who he is. He's just like a monkey with a cigar.
I've heard the name and I've seen clips, but okay.
Yeah.
His economic rants are pretty good.
Are they? I feel bad. All these people, I'm like, I know them, but I've never watched any. I don't watch anybody. I don't even watch my content. I'm like, I'd rather just watch a Sawmill channel. I'm out.
Nonstop Dre again, $2 super chat. Couch so alpha that the sun is blinded by him. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
In fact, that.
Walk into the club like, what up? I got a big cock.
Yeah, that's.
He's been harassing me with these stupid Chuck Norris jokes all goddamn day.
And then Alex Patino with a $5 super chat. I love tuning into you guys to listen to a whole new repeat of guys effing up. The best part, I learned something new every time. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're at least getting some value out of it. That's good. And then you get.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Yes, definitely fucks. All right, that's the super chats. Let's go around the horn real quick, and then let's close this thing out. Jack, where can people find you online?
My channel is in the chat. I would, if you have appreciated my 2 cents during the show, you can go to my channel. I just did a show last night with Rob from robsays.net. Red Evening, go check that out. And tomorrow we're doing Post Zero, and we're probably just going to stream us playing Among Us. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out.
There we go. And then Couch, so alpha, he's going to, I don't know, give us some
killing me, bro.
Here.
Killing me. Honestly, I'm just happy. Book 3 is out now. Dread. I always called it Frame. That's the wrong book. I'm almost finished recording the audiobook. I had to take a break to get the den refurbished. Once that's going to be out in January, and then once that's done, I'm taking a content break, which isn't actually a content break. I'm still working my ass off. It's just I'm going to do more fun projects that probably are more effort than they need to be for what they're worth, but it'll be a fun 2024, That's it from me. All right.
We have 2 more super chats. Good problem to have. I should have added the gift that keeps on giving. People effing up even when they are told they're effing up. Yes, it's job security.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
And then we have Nonstop Trey, another $5 super chat. If you want to understand women, read a parenting book, not a PUA book. Turd flinging monkey. Okay.
I was just gonna say it. This guy fucks. Am I right?
Definitely. All right. No more super chats, guys. I mean, if you do, I'm just not going to get to them. I apologize, but I also don't. So we got to end this up. Guys, tune into the Dragon Ship right after this. I'm taking the helm from Thor as he's out pillaging. Tune into the podcast Monday. Yes, I have an episode coming out on Christmas Day. My guest is Dr. Tracy Chapin. Dr. Tracy Chapin. He's a urologist who specializes in men's holistic health. We talk about hormone replacement, peptides, and other ways to make sure that your candy cane is standing erect this holiday season. Guys, get the book. I'm going to play a commercial for that to play out, and then we'll see you guys over on the Dragon Ship. Life is a journey filled with twists and turns. Why is it that essential life lessons aren't taught in school? You probably know that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but do you know how to invest in a Roth IRA? We're not taught to build ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. The roadmap to success is more than just a college degree. You don't have to follow the traditional route. Success isn't confined to a classroom. It's about discovering your own path. You ever wish that someone handed you a guidebook to life when you were 18? Well, it's never too late to rewrite your story. Everything I wish I knew when I was 18. Advice for young men to create a great life for themselves. This book is your compass, guiding you to pick the right career, how to invest wisely, and how to prepare for a fulfilling future. To take control of your health and your fitness. Learn how to date efficiently and find genuine desire. And master the art of leading healthy relationships. Your path is defined by the choices you make, not by others' expectations. Don't wait until you're 35 to unlock your potential. Order your copy now on Amazon. Rewrite your story. Build the life you deserve.